Hey, I'm glad you're here. My name is Patrick Domingues, and in this video, you'll be shown how to downgrade or update your Unifi Wireless access points firmware. If you find this tutorial helpful, please do me a favor and click on that share, like, and subscribe button. If you would like to follow along, the link to this tutorial will be in the description below. Alright, so let's get started. So on the left is a tutorial that's on my website. On the right, here is my UDM Pro and the Unifi controller. First, we're going to start with how to downgrade the controller. We're going to log into the controller, check, right? Make sure that auto update is disabled for these devices that you want to update. So let's go to settings, system settings. I'm going to disable the new interface. The new interface is great and all, but I'm used to the older interface and it makes things just easier. I do have to learn the newer interface and be more intimate with it, but nonetheless, this will still give you the same result. So we're going to Site, Services, and Uncheck automatically upgrade device firmware. So mine's already unchecked because I want to keep control of what gets upgraded on my network. Because you never know when there's going to be a bad piece of firmware that gets released by Unifi, and this happens many times, so you want to be ahead of that and not cause any problems for your clients' networks or your own network. So that's why I keep mine disabled. Now let's also check scheduled upgrades. Go to settings. Now let's go to settings, services, and go to scheduled upgrades. Now if you have anything there, go ahead and just remove it. Alright, now let's go to devices. I am going to downgrade my UAP AC Pro. So click on your access point, right? Then on the right hand side, you'd click on the little config icon, the gear icon, and you'd scroll down towards the bottom where you see manage device. Here you'll see you can copy a configuration, do a custom upgrade, force provision, disable this device, and forget this device, which we're not going to do. We want to do a custom upgrade. And here we'll enter the URL of that firmware, right? So on my website, I have a firmware example URL. This is a working example. It's a stable version. There was a version after this, or a few versions after this, where it did not allow DHCP to run properly through access points, and even some access points would not obtain an IP address. There still are some cases where some network computers would not get DHCP because of the newer firmware, and this is just a safe spot to start with. So what we're going to do is not use this URL because I want you to know how to go and obtain the URL from the website. Then we'll go to support, click on that support button, scroll down until you find this button here, view full file list. And in here, it will give you the firmware for all the Unifi devices. So what we're looking for, in my case, would be firmware for the Unifi AC Pro, right? I'm going to make this window a little bigger so we can see the links here at the top. We're going to click on Unifi. Then we're going to locate the access point that we are using. either we can decide to choose to use the latest firmware or go through the list and see older firmware. In some cases, hey, the newest firmware doesn't work properly and we want to roll back to an older firmware, right? So here, what we need to do is grab the URL that this wants. We need that .bin file, right? So I am going to downgrade to 4.3.20, which is also available on the website. Just click on that, and then you'll be presented with a download button. Here is where we can actually copy the link we need with the .bin file in it. So now that you're presented with the download button, we're going to click on that. We're going to accept the terms. And here we'll be presented with a direct URL with the .bin. This is what we need. So we're going to copy URL, go back to our Unifi controller and locate the custom upgrade section. We're going to paste it in there and click on custom upgrade. Yes, they're telling us a warning. Go ahead and just confirm that. And now, as you can see here, it's downloading the firmware and it will go through the process of updating. And once that's done, you're good to go. If you want to upgrade your wireless access points or switches or anything like that, you just go through the same process, but instead of picking the older version, we can select the latest and greatest. All right, so we click on the latest and greatest, click the download button, accept the terms, locate that URL. Is this the right one? Yes, that's what we want. We'll copy URL, go to our Unifi controller, we'll locate custom upgrade, paste the URL in there, right? And then click update. That's really it. It's pretty straightforward. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please comment below or send me an email, and I will speak to you later. Thank you.